It's been a minute, but let's get straight to it. Y'all know I had to jump on this Epstein train, right? Because the stuff I've been hearing has been crazy. So I'm not even going to wait for anyone to come in this live here because I got business to do, okay? I got stuff to handle. I got work to do. I got a job, baby. So I'm just going to make this quick as possible so I can get back to my work, right? So when it comes to all this information that we've been given about Epstein, it has me thinking about a lot of different stuff. And I'm going to say that I'm pretty much coming from the angle I'm pretty much coming from the angle. I'm sorry, somebody outside my window. I was like, who is that? I'm up here talking about Epstein. But anyway, so I am not suicidal. Just to let y'all know. Anyway, moving on. But I'm going to come from a different angle here with the information that I'm going to have in that I'm going to present in this video here. So a lot of people are talking about the information that's in the files that has been released just recently, like within a week, right? I see some connections that I have no proof about. This is all my opinion and for entertainment purposes only, right? Okay. So now that we have that out the way, let's get into it. So when they talk about Jay-Z being in the Epstein files, all this is alleged and in my opinion, but this is what the files has presented to the world, okay? So when it comes to Jay-Z, so I've been watching a lot of different channels and I've been hearing a lot of different information about Jay-Z that I never heard before. Like, for instance, there has been a couple people on YouTube that has been talking about Jay-Z having money and being in like Europe, either Paris or London, somewhere like that, right? What's up? What's up? Thank you for coming. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. Again, I'm talking about the Epstein files, but I'm coming from a different angle with my theories here, right? So hello to everyone. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? So just follow me. What I'm going to say may sound crazy, but everything we've heard from the Epstein's files, haven't that all sounded crazy? All of it sounds crazy, right? So just hear what I got to say first, okay? So when it comes to Jay-Z, like I said, I've been hearing a lot of information or watching a lot of videos that said that Jay-Z was in Europe in 1988. A lot of information has been going around saying that Jay-Z had a condo that was paid for and he was living in either somewhere in Europe or Asia, not Asia, somewhere in like either Paris, London, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but y'all could do y'all research. But anyway, just follow me because it's just my theory, right? So I'm thinking, this man from Marcy Projects, right? The projects in New York. I can't even imagine. Now, I definitely know what the projects are like in the South, further south, because New York is kind of south, but it's really north. But anyway, so I can't even imagine what the projects would be like in New York. But Jay-Z, who comes from Marcy Projects, which is a real bad, hardcore project community in New York, and he's living in Europe, Paris or London or wherever, in 1988? That can't be right. But if people are saying it, I'm thinking it must be some truth there. So follow me, right? So y'all remember the movie Get Out, right? Get Out was a movie Jordan Peele made this movie, and it pretty much was like this. It went like this. So there was this white girl, right? Because what black man don't like white girls, right? And I ain't saying there's nothing wrong. I'm telling you what the movie about. Okay, so follow me and hit hit that thumbs up button, right? So the movie is about this white girl who, for some reason, wanted to trap these black men into a relationship and get them in her house so that her dad could perform these type of psychotherapy experiments on them and switch bodies with other people. So there was this party, right? And the girl brought her boyfriend to her family's party, right? And everyone's all weird. They're all in black. They came to the house in black cars, all blacked out, right? And he's like, it's only two black people there, right? So he comes around all these people, and they stop talking completely, just go mute, right? And then he just goes around talking to everyone, and then it looks like they were sizing him up to see, what is his makeup? Does he look strong? You know, they were asking him questions like, does he do this? Do he do that? I guess trying to gauge his strength, how healthy this man was, right? And then the next thing you know, he was trying to leave, and his girlfriend was like, nah, you're not going nowhere. I can't let you do that. And then the mother puts him in a spell, a trance, and then the dad puts him in that room, and I guess whatever man paid for his body was in that room with him, and they were trying to transfer that spirit on. Now, we don't know if that energy was actually transferred. It'll be nice if they come out with a part 2. And I'm a movie buff, but I only like certain types of movies. And to be honest, I used to like scary movies until my sister and my husband passed away. And now it's just, I don't even want to watch it because, I don't know, it's super weird to me that how the trauma of losing them just make me just stay away from like crime stuff, scary movies, stuff like that. Anyway, that has nothing to do with it. But a lot of these movies, I swear, it's like they're speaking, like they're saying something without saying it. And I'm gonna be honest, especially the kid movies. I'm telling you, all the kid movies. There was this rock star movie. Not rock star. It's Kid Pop or something. It's these like 3 Asian chicks, and they want to be rock stars. But y'all gotta watch it. It's on Netflix. But I watched that just recently, and I was like, But it all it all tells the same story. I don't care what movie it is. Usually it's telling the same story, just in a different way. If you understand, then you understand. If not, this is not the movie for that. I mean, the video for that. I'm just trying to explain something different. So anyway, a lot of movies tell a lot of things, and I kind of pick up on stuff that makes sense to me, okay? Anyway, so when I seen that movie Get Out, the first person I was thinking was Kanye, because Kanye was messing with the Kardashians, all of them, right? And he got caught up in that web, and then they tried to take him under. They did, because they almost succeeded. But then it looks like, and this is my opinion, looks like Trump came and saved the day. And then soon as he got out of that psycho war, allegedly, he went right to see Trump, even though Kardashian, her husband, or Kris Jenner's, her boyfriend, Corey Gamble, he was standing behind him. Y'all go back and look at that video. You can find that anywhere, where Kanye had that blonde hair, and he went to go see Trump soon as he got out of the psych ward. And Corey Gamble was standing in the back, like he was watching or making sure everything was everything, right? Another handler. Just like in the movie Get Out, that girl would have been the handler. You know, she's the one who bigs him up, tell him what to do. You know, she gave him suggestions. He's following her because he trusts and believes in her. And just like Kanye was saying that his trainer, and you think about it, trainer, what better handler would be a handler than a trainer, right? Someone who training you how to do something, someone who's programming you to believe something, right? So it made sense. And then come to find out, didn't Kanye allege that this trainer worked for like the CIA or something like that? Anything. Anyway, y'all could do your own research on that. But so the whole time I was thinking the Get Out movie was about Kanye being trapped in that what they called it, the dark place or whatever, the sunken place. But now that all this information is coming out about Jay-Z and Epstein, now I'm thinking, the whole time we were thinking it was Kanye. Could it have been Jay-Z? Now, I don't know when that would have happened, when that transfer of energy could have happened, because if you think about it now, follow me now, follow me. I know it sounds weird, but follow me. So if you think about it, somehow, for whatever reason, Tupac was gone, Biggie was gone, and then Jay-Z stepped in. Now, Jay-Z might have been big in his area. He might have been known in his area. But once he started putting out music, then he became the, everybody's looking up to him. And for some reason, I ain't never connected with Jay-Z like that on a music level. Now, the music is good, but to me, I've always said the same thing. Jay-Z's music seems like Biggie's music, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So when I hear people say how big Jay-Z is, how good Jay-Z is, I'm thinking that's Biggie. Now, Jay-Z could have did a couple rhymes or two, could have did some freestyle back in the day, been part of some ciphers or whatever in his community, however that go. I don't want to take that away from him, but that doesn't mean that once Biggie got knocked off, that he didn't come in and take on that persona. We don't know, right? They said Prince had a whole lot of music that he was going to release or that he had in his vault, and that music hasn't come out, so we know of. And also, speaking about Prince, before Prince passed away, Prince was supposed to be working with Jay-Z to start a label or something. Anyway, like I was saying, see, we all thinking, Diddy is the main character, but I don't know. It seems like to me, in my opinion, it's a lot of main characters, and some of them get pushed off, and then the other one steps up to the plate, almost like the presidency, right? Every 4 years we elect another president, right? So every term, you got a different president, and they could stay on for the next term, or they'll get somebody else to come up. Anyway, so what if somehow Jay-Z was approached and get outed, and that's how he got into this lifestyle and was able to become so-called billionaire, because maybe someone made a purchase and got what they paid for. Like I said, if you watch the Get Out movie, you'll understand what I'm saying here. So follow me, right? So Jay-Z is a rug dealer. Jay-Z had a bestie, a best friend who actually put him on or helped him get money in the Marcy projects. I can't remember that guy's name. He's been doing a lot of interviews and stuff, but he's hurt about Jay-Z leaving him in jail and him getting locked up, but Jay-Z didn't. And he felt like Jay-Z was gonna come save him, and Jay-Z never did. And to me, it made me feel like Jay-Z probably got around certain people because at some point he was connected with P. Diddy. And we know P. Diddy's strong team that he has around him, right? They're still protecting him to this day. So think about it. If they boosting P. Diddy up and support him, think about what they would do for a person like Jay-Z. So let's just say Jay-Z got get outed, right? And that someone else's body there. It would make sense that he would become a billionaire, have so much fame and success, so much money, be able to attract so many different, like, huge celebrities, okay? Have so many big major collabs with politicians, with big name people. I mean, he named his brand Rockefeller, which I'm pretty sure him being in New York was, could be related, but let's just say he got get outed, right? Wouldn't it make sense that he has the connections that he has now and that he's a billionaire, if that's allegedly, if that's true, right? It would make sense. Getting all these connections, he's with the he got the deal with the NFL. Like, what regular black rapper is making moves like that, y'all? Come on. I don't know. I'm just saying. You ain't even got to believe me, but, having all these children, messing with underage girls, allegedly, right? Having all these children he doesn't claim or take care of. Ramir, for instance. There's been rumors of other children. I remember Wendy Williams did, and I guess maybe I'm old enough to know. I remember Wendy Williams, I believe she was on the radio at this time. This is all alleged and in my opinion from what I can remember. But I remember Wendy Williams, when she had her radio show, she was speculating that she believed Jay-Z had got Free pregnant. Free from 106 in Park. Because somehow Free was a star. She was popping. And next thing you know, we ain't nobody see Free no more. What happened to Free? And then now Free has like reemerged. She's come back out and she's, showing her face and stuff like publicly. And, I don't believe she's talking about this baby, and I haven't even seen her son. But I remember Wendy Williams did that podcast about Free, saying that Jay-Z went to see Free right after she had her baby, like 2 to 3 times, allegedly. Dame Dash went up there to the hospital, allegedly. This is what Wendy Williams was saying back in the day. Now, Wendy Williams, come on now. People couldn't stand Wendy because she would tell people business, okay? But I believe Wendy when she was saying all she was saying. And I also know that P. Diddy was the reason how she lost that radio show. Because she was talking about him being gay, allegedly, and beating up his women. And what we found out now, that he is gay. Allegedly, right? He has beat up his women. That's not alleged. But yeah. So I say all that to say I believe Jay-Z is Get Out It. I don't think that is Jay-Z. Just follow me. So the Epstein files, I've also heard that it's a lot of talk in the Epstein files about other dimensions and time travel. Why would Epstein be talking about time travel in other dimensions and what I'm saying about somebody being get outed? Because they had a name for it. They called it something in the movie. I forgot what they called it. But why would they be talking about time travel and being in other dimensions if something like what I'm saying is like far-fetched? Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so some of these calls are coming in and some of them not, which is very strange, but whatever. So Epstein, he's a teacher, teaching at like an elementary, middle, or high school, something like that, right? Teaching regular people, regular students, right? Regular, making regular pay. Then all of a sudden he gets around this guy who makes a whole lot of money. And then this guy lets him control his finances and his businesses. Then he passes away. Then Epstein grows even bigger, like a virus, right? He's getting stronger and bigger and getting to know all these celebrities, and not just celebrities, y'all, like politicians, like world leaders, okay? And then the next thing you know, now he's doing all this scientific stuff. He has scientists working for him, and he had scientists from like this one major school that has all these huge scientists, or known for having all these scientists, and they coming to work for him. They're quitting their job to work for him, and they're making bank, okay? $20 million a year and more a year each. And they're working in his basement to do what? No one says, right? So I'm thinking maybe somehow he came across Ghislaine's dad, and then the switch happened once it was needed. Because think about it. If you want to be successful and get into those types of, I'm just guessing, and get into those type of circles, you're probably going to need a white body. Not going to need a black body. You're going to need a white body. So you're going to need to find a black guy. People are so weird. What I tell you. So, yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Because Ghislaine and Epstein, somehow they connected, but they wasn't like a couple. And I guess they were more like a swinger couple, but not a couple. And it wouldn't be too far-fetched for me to think that they could have, been sexually, had been physical, right? Because think about it. The royals do that. The royals sleep with each other to keep wealth in their bloodline. It's known that that's what they do. You ain't got to hate me, okay? You can look this up. So it's not far-fetched for me to think that somehow Ghislaine's dad ended up being Epstein, ended up being in his body, and that's why she worked so closely with him. Now, I know she got moved to a different I know she got moved to a different prison. I'm not sure why or what her charges are because I really didn't follow her case like that. But I'm just thinking, where's his assistants? Have they been locked up? Chris Tucker. Let's get into it. This is the last part I have. No, Chris Tucker, then the Grammys, then the Clintons, right? So I'm trying to make this quick because I got work to do. So Chris Tucker, I remember when he was when he was working with Ice Cube. I had never heard of, well, at that time, was he in movies before Ice Cube movie? Or did he start getting in movies after Ice Cube movie? I think it was after. Like, the Friday movie was his first movie, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's just say it wasn't, right? But somehow, Chris Tucker ended up being close with the Clintons, with Bill Clinton. That's how supposedly he got in with Epstein. Now, what would Chris Tucker and Epstein, what would they have in common? What would Chris Tucker and Bill Clinton have in common? Think about that for a minute. That's weird. They're not the same. Okay? I don't care how you want to put that. They're not the same. And matter of fact, I remember Chris Tucker demeanor all changed. He even started doing interviews saying that he would never do another Friday movie. Now, I do know that when Ice Cube did the Friday movie, the budget was low. So everyone who was the actors, they didn't get paid that much. And probably because it was the first movie, they wasn't sure how it was going to go. You know, so it makes sense. You hear that a lot about those movies. Some movies, the actors don't get paid that much. Like, that's what happened with Monique in the Precious movie. She didn't get paid that much. So then she ended up falling out with the director, and the director was friends with Tyler Perry and Oprah, and then they all said, oh, well, we're not going to all talk to her. And she's like, he wanted me to do this, that, and that for like 5 figures. Like $50,000. No, I'm not doing that. It makes sense, right? Because that's how sometimes it works. But it seemed like Chris Tucker was just like, like I would never, okay, work with them again. And he could have been, to me, he portrayed himself to be an opportunist because he started jucking and jiving in those Asian movies, or the Asian movie, what, Rush Hour. So he was in Rush Hour 2, 3, whatever, right? And I believe it's from there that he got in touch with Clinton. And supposedly he was so funny that Bill Clinton wanted to hang with him. And then he started being a part of the whole Epstein stuff. And now he looks completely different. Like, I mean, I believe he just recently, I think that was the end of last year or the beginning. Soon as I was about to say it, my phone reconnected because a call came in. Soon as I was about to talk about Pizzagate. Now, hopefully this video has volume, because when I started talking, like back in not too long ago, last year, the end of last year, my audio and my internet start acting up, which is real weird to me, because I use my phone a lot and usually it works, except for when I'm doing like gossip type videos on YouTube. I don't know. That's just what it is. Anyway, so I expect it. So hopefully y'all can hear me. But so yeah, so remember Hillary Clinton was running for office and that whole Pizzagate scandal came about, and now the Epstein files are talking a lot about Pizzagate. I remember when Trump was trying to get her to show or release her email documents, and then it seems like she kind of backed down, and the next thing you know, Trump won, right? Hold up, So Trump ran against Hillary and Kamala. Did Trump run against Hillary and Kamala and won? I think he did. Yeah. I'm just thinking he's the first man that did that. He's the first male that ran against women and won both times. Now, I could see people saying, oh, well, those were women. Of course, this is a man's world, right? But nah, it's deeper than that. Because with Hillary, she had those emails that was being talked about a lot. I remember a whole lot. And Trump kept bringing it up. And I remember they were talking about certain things that came out in the email, or they found in the email about Pizzagate. And then it seems like she backed down and Trump won. And then now with the Epstein files, it's a whole lot of talk about pizza and having pizza and having dinner. And you would think if you having pizza and you having dinner, isn't that one thing? How's that two? But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. And then it's known that the Haitians in Haiti don't like the Clintons. Allegedly, it's a lot of information online about the Clintons taking and doing a lot of things with the children in Haiti, and the Haitian people not liking the Clintons. And I've even heard a rumor, allegedly, that the Clintons were almost like scared away from Haitian, like the Haitians scared them out of Haiti because of them taking children, doing things with children and stuff. So hopefully all that'll come out and come full circle and save these children. But network scan complete. It's so weird. I ain't had a network scan in a minute, but I just had one. But if Epstein had all these baby farms, like say in Mexico, whatever, where are these children at now? So if the government has have the documents, then they would have to know where these children are at and these baby farms, allegedly. Where the hell, why they not talking about where these baby farms at and where these children at? To me, I just feel like I don't believe any of that, and I would suggest y'all don't believe anything that the government puts out or say or do, because think about they have a 90% or even 95% success rate on locking up individuals when they take them to court. And Diddy only got, 3 years and some change? And they didn't even bring up KK. They gave him, or they presented RICO charges without no one else being a part of the RICO. How you have a RICO by yourself? You have to have help. That's what a RICO is about, right? They didn't give us none of that. My nose is itching real bad just on the tip, like someone is upset right now. But yeah, just strange to me. I'm just bringing it up because I feel like it's going to come back up. Everything's going to come out, and then I just want to be like, see, I said it. I put it out, even though I'm not saying I'm the first one like some people do. They'll be like, oh, I put it out first. I said it first. To me, none of that matters. It's just the fact that someone's awoke and seeing what's going on here. To me, that's the more important thing, that we're woken up, okay? I remember at the end of one of Spike Lee movies, he said, wake up! And that was just so powerful because, yeah, Wake up, people. Wake up. This, what we're living in, what we're a part of, is weird, to say the least. It's super weird. It's a lot of stuff going on. Like, think about just the food alone. Why would you create food that's hurting us? It's to me, it must have something to do with the energy, like energy harvesting, because you have a people that could be great, but you don't want us to be great. Okay, like I said, okay, like I said, these spam calls are coming in, interrupting my live. These spam calls are coming in, interrupting my live every time I feel like I'm saying something real profound. But yeah, wake up, people, because I believe we're living amongst people that are not human, that are not real. And I just think about certain situations, like especially surrounding Diddy. When Diddy, like the people around Diddy, like it just make me feel like people be placed with people to make things happen. Like Nicki Minaj is getting a whole bunch of wrath from like everyone, from like the world. They're trying to take her out like they tried to take Donald Trump out. Now, please believe that I don't know these people, and I don't know what they're into. I don't know. I feel like they probably all working for the same team. It might just be a script for all of us to see and for us to, for entertainment purposes. That's not far-fetched to me. So, but it just seemed real scripted to me how Nicki Minaj didn't show up to the Grammys and they kept talking about her at the Grammys. But if she would have came, would they have done that? They probably would have. They probably still would have. She just would have felt bad and had to sit there until they stopped taping, and then she probably could have left. But to me, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times they put people in situations so that they could take other people out, whether you know it or not. Like with Britney Spears and her baby daddy. He was her backup dancer, and once she got with him, that's when everything fell apart. Could be a type of handler situation. Faith Evans and Biggie, I don't believe that. I never believed that. Even when back then, in what, 96, 97, I didn't believe the relationship then, and I was a kid. I was young then. And I didn't believe it, because I was like, every time you saw Faith with Biggie, I was like, she don't like him. You could tell. You could read that. She ain't like that man. She didn't have no love for that man. That seemed like in my opinion, and I've always said this, I feel like Diddy put her on Biggie. Just like I don't believe that Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle, feel like that was put together. Whitney Houston and Ray J, feel like that was put together. I'm gonna even go as far and say Candy and Todd. I feel like that was put together. I feel like that was a setup, because at the time I remember watching Real Housewives of Atlanta at the time, and I remember how looking at Candy, and you know, she had just lost her fiance, I believe, before she came on the show. And then, you know, of course she wanted a man because everybody had a man. And then somehow they went to Africa, saw a witch doctor, and a witch doctor told her that her man was around her. And then the next thing you know, she got with Todd. Come to find out, Todd was one of the directors for the show and all that. Y'all, what I'm saying is, may sound like a lot. Y'all make sure y'all get those thumbs up. But what I'm telling y'all is, it just seemed like Hollywood everything is a show. Now, when they make these movies and they have a lot of codes in them, and then these people pass away, and I'm watching all these people decoding like the dates and times and everything that these celebrities pass away, and it's connected to another celebrity and all that. It just all seems very ritualistic, which just all sounds like a show to me. And I believe that the show is not for us. I don't believe it's for us. I mean, we watch it, but I really believe it's for maybe an elite group of people who are being entertained. Could be being entertained by all of us, because we have these cameras, we have our TVs, we have our laptops, right? And we're being watched. You know you're being watched. I mean, it's come out. It wasn't just Facebook that was stealing your information, ma'am, sir. Nah. They told us that they're watching us. Okay, we saw Enemy of the State. What year was that? That was in the early 2000s? You think that was just a movie? So, I'm just saying all that to say, you know, and then the Super Bowl's coming up. So who's watching the Super Bowl? Let me know in the comment section if you're watching the Super Bowl. I don't plan on watching it because I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. Okay, I've heard of Bad Bunny. I heard of the name since they announced that Bad Bunny was doing the show, but once I looked it up and I saw the character, I was like, oh no, I ain't got time for that. No, y'all can have that. Okay, I don't even watch sports. Okay, so nah, I'm gonna just binge watch some YouTube videos I need to catch up on, or just do some work and watch the clips afterwards, because usually I'm not a sports fan, like I said, but normally I will watch the halftime show. But no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that. And then I heard that the NFL unfollowed Jay-Z. So this could be his last time hosting NFL. And then it just makes me wonder, and now, of course, we all are one, right? But I just wonder why he would put, from what I've heard, allegedly, a vulgar gay individual for the halftime show for a sports show that is supposed to be very masculine and straight. Like, I don't know, it just don't match to me. And I wonder what that's about there. It just seems very strange and weird. But yeah, that's what I had to say. I know it was a lot. I hope you guys rewind this. And I went over a lot. I went over Ghislaine and her dad and Jay-Z being in, what was it, London or Paris in 1988, living in a condo, which seemed very strange to me, allegedly. It just seems weird. The Clintons, Epstein, Nicki Minaj, and Trump. Yeah. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all get those thumbs up. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe out there, okay? Be safe. Watch who you're hanging around. Yeah, peace.